Hello, Frost1988 from Fortnite PvE community on Facebook. And this video I'm going to do is about soloing missions. So this is where you can't find other players to group with, you can't get help for your mission, and you're stuck doing it yourself. So primarily this will be objective-based missions. Now, first off, I'd highly recommend using a constructor, because you'll notice constructors give a lot of perks that boost and benefit your base. You're not going to have a full team running around able to repair your structures and keep an eye on the base. It's all on you. So being able to buff that weakness and clog that hole, so to speak, that is your first step to success in soloing missions. You need to play a constructor. Now, if you don't own Megabase Kyle, I would recommend using one of the two Founders heroes, Powerbase Penny or Powerbase Kyle. However, if you don't own them, if we take a look in here, I would highly recommend using Powerbase Nox, as he is identical to them. Their base is 7-tile range, they increase the damage resistance of structures, he gets the power modulation which heals it, 7-tile range, and you get recycling, which is a nice addition, but not necessary as you can just farm everything. Second to that, if you don't own a power-based hero, then I suggest any constructor. Like, just pick the one you've got with the most base perks and go with them. Read through their abilities. Find out which one best suits you. If you do have a mega base, however, it is essential that you run a power base in his tactical for max effectiveness, because he does not gain the power modulation. And that's a very useful perk, which is why I suggest running power base. Second to that, you want your support bonus to be something that's going to boost your use of the weapon. So Ramirez, Raider Nomad for shotguns, or even Ken for swords, I suppose, but ranged weapons are definitely what I'd recommend when trying to solo missions. Let's take a look at the other heroes. Sergeant Jonesy, or Warlord as they call him in the book, but let's just see Sergeant Jonesy. Any hero that's going to boost your weapon damage, you want to equip, because once again, you're the primary DPS of the match. You don't have assistance, and being a constructor, you don't get any damage perks. Your perks go into defending your base. So step 1, play a constructor, primarily one of the two I suggested. Step 2, use your support slot to fix up your damage a little bit more, get that extra punch. Now secondly, defenders. I highly recommend a sniper defender. Level them as high as you can, at least one. They help so much when trying to solo a mission and backing you up, but they need to be leveled. They need to be leveled well above the area you're trying to do them in. So roughly 30 power levels higher I'd recommend, all depending, but a sniper defender overall, for the simple fact that they can shoot lobbers. They can shoot enemies at a long range and just support you more efficiently. They can get the propane before they make their way in, whereas someone like this pistol user or a rifleman, they're gonna wait till they're in range, or they'll stand there in their little watch zone and just let lobbers bombard them to death. You want somebody that can fight back against that stuff for while you're trying to run around and keep the base up and fight off mobs running around solo. So highly recommend a sniper defender. Doesn't matter what rarity it is, use the best one you've got. It's better than nothing. And second to that, you want to level a weapon for them. So here I've chosen to level a Tsunami, because the impact on this gun, and all the hydraulic weapons in fact, is insane. And it just knocks enemies down over and over and over again, and it's just far more efficient for a defender. More importantly to this, you'll notice the weapon I've leveled for my defender is obsidian. This is because obsidian weapons don't break anywhere near as fast, and your defenders don't use the weapon a lot when you equip them with it. So I don't want us to go halfway through a match, or go through 2 matches even, solo, and then have to replace the weapon for my defender because he's crying out he doesn't have a weapon. Obsidian will give him the damage buff he needs, and the durability to hold on to it for a while. So make sure your defender weapons go obsidian. On top of that, traps. Make sure all your traps are leveled where they need to be. If your trap is not equal power level, or preferably higher than the mission you're trying to do, you shouldn't be putting that trap down. You need to level it and get it where it needs to be. Traps, if I tried to put a level 21 gas trap in an 88 power zone, it's not going to do anything. It's going to tickle the husks or trigger their enraged or something else of the sort. So make sure you level your traps. When leveling stuff in-game, I recommend you find a squad you like and just level them. After that, level 1 weapon for that hero you want to use and 1 weapon for a defender. Get a defender leveled up and focus your traps. You need your traps leveled up. You need to have them in use. Aside from that, there's not much else to soloing missions. I'll just do a recap on that quick. So make sure you have an obsidian weapon for your defender, and make sure you have a defender leveled up. Make sure you're playing constructor. The 2 I mentioned are my highest recommendations, but use whatever you have. And make sure their support slot is damage. That way you can put the defender down to assist, you can protect the base, and you can still deal decent damage to get you through the mission when you've got to solo it. Good luck. I wish you all the best, and I hope the methods I use help you too.